So plaster of Paris casting is still our most common form of foot moulding that we would receive at Firefly Orthoses. This would be the most common non-weight bearing cast, and majority of the time it is casted with the foot and subtalar joint neutral. Now, this is done to ensure that the corrections that you choose to make are the same reference point as the lab. So in order to do a plaster of Paris cast, what you'll do is you will raise the contralateral hip, and you will also ensure that the knee is in the frontal plane. Then as the foot has dropped, you can then start to measure out your plaster. So what you're looking for is you first measure from the 5th MTPJ to the 1st, and just leave a little bit extra, and then you want to double that over. Okay, and then cut the extra plaster. Then what you want to do is you want to fold the top 1/3 of your plaster, so it's in this position, and you want to run it through the water. Now the idea is that you take some of the water out of the plaster, but try and keep as much of the plaster in. Okay. The temperature of the water does matter. The warmer the water, the quicker the plaster will set. The colder the water, the slower the plaster will set. So we wrap it around the foot. You then come from the back and flatten that over. Now, so you have a good bit of time now to flatten it all out. Okay. Now, once you have the plaster on, what you want to do is you want to load the lateral column and ensure all the met heads are on the same plane. You also want to ensure that you have the foot as close to 90 degrees as possible. You then have the time to kind of get rid of any wrinkles in the plaster. And you just hold until dry. So what you're going to do is when you feel the cast is dry, you're going to first try and stretch the skin to try and make removal that little bit easier. And then what you do is with both hands come around the sides of the calc and pull it out, and then push it down. Okay? And then you put it on a surface and you just make sure that it sits up.